you know, we have a love for Westerns, and it seems sometimes it spills over into our society because it's only the OK Corral I know.
Not only
And
that,
this kind of
there was
behavior.
a time as a young person that certain things happen in certain places. Like
Right.
in certain places, certain things don't happen. So when you say almost in the middle of halfway tree in the evening, you have bikers shooting at each other. That is not something that we're accustomed to, you know? And then I'm going to read this. It is reported that the shooting involved armed motorcyclists. The man a shoot and load him gun and then fire at each other, said one eyewitness. I was going down to halfway tree and had to go across to Waterloo. I make like the afternoon, evening.
Stand still.
Yeah, well, everything, because it's peak hour, them time, everything just stopped. But so when we get so brazen, that's in the, you know?
And then this is at Waterloo, heading to Halfway Tree. Cars are in, you could be
Right
sitting
out of
in your
Devon
car.
House right there, so, I mean, you know what I mean?
You could be sitting in your car.
Which is usually kind of,
Busy all the
busy,
time.
you know? Because the four-way out of, YMCA and, well, I may tell you.
I don't know what to say.
Well, I have no idea what caused that, but I guess we will hear more about it.
But it's out of control.
Scary, man.
It's out of control.
Scary, man.
We watch too much show.
It's scary. What's next?
The Pan American Health Organization PAHO chief Dr. Carissa Etienne has warned countries in the Americas that the consequences could be untold if they open up their economies too fast without providing adequate health facilities.
We are in the Americas, right?
Yes. She raised a concern because of the rise in coronavirus cases in countries that reopened their borders to travelers after the first wave of the pandemic. She urged health authorities to have the staff, tools, and resources in place to monitor and contain the virus. And this is even as we almost consistently record 100 plus every day.
And there's so many other things going on. Yesterday I went to Marketplace. I don't mind rain. I don't want to be soaked, but I don't mind walking in the rain. I like a boy, when it's rain, I used to go out. But when I got there, the rain did really heavy. Somebody said, no, I can't manage that one. Draw for the umbrella. And as I go so with the umbrella, it's the biggest lightning I ever seen. It's like the lightning nick right there. So I know the umbrella have the little metal thing. Me just throw that back to the car and take the water. I say, no, sir. Hey, Brad, me just go and fling that to the back seat. I say, no,
my God.
me never see nothing, so man. Me don't know what from the other day with this whole lightning. I mean, serious enough. I turned that leak, I nearly run out of my house.
But remember in the schoolboy football competition what had happened with the lightning?
And I told them on Wednesday, Mervyn Dillon.
Yes.
Mervyn Dillon out at Kensington Park. Go bowling, Trinidad pace bowler, Trinidad the Tobago pace bowler, about to bowl and lightning hit him.
Strike him.
Luckily he's all right, but we lost a couple, unfortunately,
that's last
week. So we have to be careful. And then I think because of the metal, because if you read the story about the two gentlemen who died, there was another person there, and he said he thought maybe because he had on water boots, the rubber boots, he said probably that's what saved him.
What?
But boy, I don't know where this lightning and thundering come from the other day.
Yeah. I wanted to say, a lot of people when they hear us talk about COVID, they say, oh, it's here to stay and we just have to get used to it and whatever. I think one of the things we have to understand that the PAHO rep was saying is to have the adequate health facilities.
Yep.
She's not saying, listen, she didn't say lock back down.
Yep.
She didn't say, this is what she said, make sure and open up. This is what's going to happen. So make sure you have adequate facilities. So we have to make sure we have.
Yeah, and wear the mask when you're supposed to. And I say when you're supposed to because I don't suspect if you want in your car and your windows up, I don't know if you need to wear it then, but wear it when you're supposed to wear it. Sales spike for Toots. This is not a surprise. An astronomical spike in sales as seen albums and singles by reggae legend Toots Hibbert topping both iTunes top 100 reggae albums and singles chart simultaneously while making huge inroads in the overall iTunes top 100. He has 6 of the top 10 albums on iTunes reggae album charts. which is just amazing.
Yeah, his most recent album, Got to Be Tough, sits at number 2.
I always like when them things happen when you were around still, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I always prefer it. So if
very best of Toots and the
forgive me when I want to start you and thing. Do it now so me can look on it and say, see me there.
Yeah, and outside of the albums, he has individual songs too.
Oh man, he's brilliant. He's brilliant.
On the reggae singles chart, Pressure Drop, soared to number 1. His cover of Otis Redding's Dreams to Remember is at number 4, while Take Me Home Country Road powers to 5.
He's brilliant.
He has 8, 9, and 10 positions.
Yep.
54, 46, Funky Kingston and Do the Reggae. Wow.
Same thing happened to Bob Marley now. We had some people here who didn't want to hear Marley on any radio station or never want to see him with him dreadlock and him rasta thing. And then all of a sudden, he's our son and him is the best thing since sliced bread and Ray. So happy for Toots. Sorry that you're not here, my friend, but you're
listen to this, Neville. This is David Sparrow. He's managed acts such as Toots, Joe Walsh from the Eagles, Cat Stevens and Bad Company, and he noted that Toots' death is as big as John Lennon's death in the U.S.
There you go.
That's huge.
And John Lennon, not easy.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah.
All right, Wendy's women will play in England. They've been in this biosecure environment, which they call, so they go to a stadium and they can't leave for like about 2-3 weeks and stuff like that. So the series opens next Monday, September 23, 26, 28, and 30. And of course, our own Stefani Taylor is the captain of the West Indies team. And we just hope that they will do well, have some fun, earn some money, and do well. So that comes up, and I think you could see that on one of our, not our, but one a cable station. They're showing lots of cricket.
Yeah. Wondering if this lady is why we're feeling all this rain.
Sally.
Miss Sally batters Florida and Alabama. Look at that. Yeah. She was moving across Alabama and the Florida Panhandle on Wednesday as a tropical storm after making landfall, but Sally brought historic and catastrophic flooding.
It's about 3 or 4 storms out at one time now.
Plenty, Neville. They did say it was going to be a particularly busy season.
Well, I never see so much of them. Look at that.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that picture.
Yeah, they say smashed the shore as category 2.
I don't know if I've ever seen 3 or 4 storms at the same time. You know, I run up and down all about the place. Again, and there's a lot of rain, but not a lot of time that the rain. We had the rain yesterday and a couple of days ago, and you see the flooding.
The effects,
I mean, about 2 hours, and that was it. So I pray we don't get no extended all-day thing or nothing. So, all right, last one.
This one's a little confusing to me.
It is, yeah. It is
the one-time home of U.S. civil rights legend Rosa Parks has gone on display inside the Royal Palace of Naples. I remember Rosa in 1955 is the woman who refused to give up her seat on a racially segregated bus in Alabama, and that sparked a lot of civil rights across the U.S. She received death threats, moved north to Detroit, where she briefly lived in the white clapboard house with relatives. After a legal dispute in the U.S., the house is now on display in Italy. Brown University in Rhode Island said it would display the house as part of a civil rights exhibition, but it then dropped out because of a legal dispute with her family. The Mora Greco Foundation agreed to show the house at the Royal Palace in Naples with the backing of the regional government in Campania.
Naples as in Italy?
As in Italy. See the house there? So it seems they pulled it apart and carried it to Naples and then set it up there. I tell you, I was just sharing with Kian and Tammy that likewise our poet Claude McKay, whose birthday was recently, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of his work is stored not here, but in the U.S.
Unfortunately.
And if you want to access it, you have to ask them nicely. I mean, they'll give you, but to think that he's a Jamaican poet, and it's just weird.
Yeah.
Weird. This story a while ago is just weird to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm
given
saying.
Rosa Parks.
That's why I said Naples in Italy.
Yeah, and given her value to the whole movement and even what Black Lives is saying
Yup,
now, and then
yup,
pull down the house and
yup.
carry it to Naples.
Yep, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, folks, that's it for the Hot Topics. Big show, as always. And still to come, we speak with 12-year-old twins who recently received a 5-year government scholarship. Actually, they're going to 2 different schools, one in the Delia area and one in Kingston. And fantastic that they, twins, you can believe that? Wonder if they're going to be traumatized that they're going to be split.
I think they decided to split.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandtwins at that preschool, whatever you call it, they spend like a year together and then they deliberately
Separate
them so they can be
have their own personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think my
Them happy about
family,
that.
no, well, at the time, father never so like it. Camila was good with it. I said, all right.